How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming to another stream. I want to give you a little piece of advice. This might seem a little familiar if you watched this before. And yes, that's because I typically preach the same thing in every single stream. In the beginning of every single video. Guys, if you don't need a car, don't buy it. If you have a car, keep that car for as long as you can. The best thing you can do is not buy a car if you don't absolutely need to. If you're going to be buying a new car, okay, keep it for a long time. Obviously, never lease a car. The best thing you can do is be smart with your money. Don't fall for tricks and traps that advertisers, car manufacturers, dealers are setting out for you. They advertise cars as if this new car is going to change your life. It won't. The best thing you can do is buy the car that you absolutely need if you need it. If you have a Honda Civic and you don't like it, well, shit. Just keep on driving and focus on something else. It's a fucking car. You don't have to love it. Cars are not made for you to love them, okay? You're not buying a Ferrari. You're not buying, a fucking Chevelle, okay? It's a daily transport. You have to realize, what is this car to you? Is this a tool for you to get your business done, for you to take care of your family, for you to go to work? Or is this a toy? If this is a toy, cool. If you don't like it, get another toy, not a problem. If you got money to spend, go for it. Spend it here, spend it there, whatever. It's not my business. But if the car is a tool for you to make money, to take care of your business, to take care of your family, you can't be fucking around with the tool and say, I don't like this tool. It's a tool that you have. And upgrading to another tool would be a waste of money. So be smart with your money. Don't just go out and buy cars just because. Keep the car that you have for as long as possible. I don't care if it's a fucking Chrysler, Ford, or whatever. Keep it for as long as up. Once it blows up, get a new car. Maybe get a different hobby or something. I don't know. You can find different ways to spend money. If you want something new in your life, well, shit, I don't know, get Netflix or something. I don't know, join a gym. What's going on, guys? All right, let's get to some of the questions. Hey Dean, how's it going, man? Jobber, what's going on? Vorm, how's it going? Hey, bye, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, buddy. How's it going, Paul Demore? Giorgio, how's it going? Okay, then I have my car paid off, but I need a work truck. I will sell my car at my car private, not to a dealer, right? Yes. Never, ever, ever sell your car to a dealer for two different reasons. Number one, money. If you sell a car to a dealer, you're going to get a worse deal than you would to sell it to a private party. Because what is the dealer going to do? They're going to lowball the shit out of the car that you have, number one. And number two, they're going to raise the price. And this is where my problem comes in, okay? They're going to raise the price. Literally, your fucking cousins, your co-workers, your friends, your fucking neighbors will go to that dealership. They're going to buy your car for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 more when they could have bought it from you. They could have bought it from you. So I think selling cars to dealerships is like wrong, not just on financial level, but it's just like straight up wrong. Like you're fucking up other people. I'm not like a moral orbiter here or nothing like that. I don't think my way of thinking, okay, I think my way of thinking is the best way of thinking. I'm not gonna lie here. I think I'm right. I think I'm right on this one. But in my personal world, I just think it's fucked up. Jobber, what's going on, dude? Would you agree Mazda CX-9, Honda Pilot, and Toyota Highlander are the top three non-luxury mid-size SUVs? If you're talking about used, then yes. But in 3 years, Kia Telluride and Honda Palisade, they're going to be the new kings. To me, right now, best three-row SUV is a Honda Pilot, okay? It's a big-ass fucking minivan, It looks like a thing between an SUV and a minivan, all right? but it's the biggest one out of three-row SUVs. If you're not considering fucking Escalades or Yukons or just big fucking Denali type, just absolutely, like 60, $70,000 trucks. Okay. But in 3 years, Kia Telluride and Honda Palisade are gonna overtake Honda, Toyota, Mazda. I mean, they already did on the brand new car market, but once they're gonna be starting hitting used car market, whenever people are gonna be returning their leases, ooh, it's gonna be good time to buy cars. I tell you what, I can tell you that right now. Let me make sure that we have let me make sure that it freaking my sound is down because people are texting me. Okay, let's do this. You can hear me, right? Okay, hopefully that's a yes. Um, John Isola, talk about Florida gun laws. Are they getting stricter? Second Amendment, dude. It's your old dudes that wrote that shit, not me. It's not even my fucking personal beliefs. The Second Amendment says government got no business intervening with your fucking arms. You want to own a fucking tank? Go for it. If you can somehow afford to buy a fucking F-16, go for it. I mean, shit. You know, the old school motherfuckers that invented this thing called America, they straight up said you can own whatever the fuck you want. You can own whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, John. To be honest with you, I used to care about guns and shit like that. Now I really don't. I mean, it's like I don't know, dude. It's like you ask. I mean, think about this. You're 30, 40, 50 years old and you're asking somebody to buy a gun. You're asking somebody to buy a fucking beer. Like, how embarrassing is that? Can I please have cores? Can I have a beer? I'm sorry. I just don't see, American founding fathers, doing that kind of stuff. Can I have a beer? Back in the day, motherfuckers were 16 fucking years old, and it was required by law that they had a pound of a powder. They had to had a bag of lead, and they had to have a musket. At fucking 16 years old, at 16, motherfuckers were expected to go out into the fucking fields, into the fucking wilderness back then, and fight the redcoats, fight the fucking Indians, fight the British. At fucking 16, we got 16-year-olds that can't figure out which hand to use to jerk off. Oh god. Let's talk about cars. Let's talk about cars. uh, what's up, Angel? How's it going, man? Question: you like V6 SUV or four-cylinder? It doesn't really matter. I know what you're thinking. That V6 might last longer, but here's my question: how many four-cylinders do you know, the good quality four-cylinders that are truly having problems? Honda is not having problems with Honda Civics. Toyota is not having problem with Toyota Matrix or Camrys or Corollas. Four-cylinders are fine. I don't see a problem with it. Far as the power, it kind of depends on you. If you live in a city where there's a lot of hills, right? Or you drive with a lot of people in your car. If you're going to be on Uber and your shit is going to be packed all the time, then you might consider, okay, V6 or a four-cylinder, what's better for fuel economy? And you got to do the math, weigh the differences. But to be honest with you, it's kind of up to you. Far as the reliability, for me, four-cylinder V6, it's all the same. Modern cars don't really have big engine problems. The biggest problem with modern cars is transmissions. It's not even the electrical problems, really. It's the transmissions. Transmissions are the hardest thing to get right on a car because they just take so much abuse. What do you Jobber 24/7? What do you say to those who believe minivans are better option than SUVs? I am on the boat. Here's the thing. If you have a big family and you're going to be keeping that vehicle, the SUV or a minivan for a long time, go with the minivan. I'm telling you. Go with Sienna. Just buy a fucking Sienna and forget about it. I think the only minivan to buy is Sienna. My personal, humble, and biased opinion. Then I would put a Kia and then Honda actually on number three. Um, if it kind of it depends how many people you have. If you really need a minivan, go for it. But here's the thing with minivans: they don't hold their value as high as SUVs because people, if you have 8 kids and 8 people or 7 people in your family, you're a very, very, very small minority. In 10 years, right, whenever you're going to be selling your minivan, the amount of people that will have 6, 7 kids in their family is going to be even less. So just like I wouldn't worry about, okay, yeah, you might buy a minivan and the depreciation is going to be much higher. People the resale value is not going to be as high. Listen, if you got 8 people in your family, losing $3,000 on your minivan is the least of your fucking concerns. Because I mean, just to fucking maintain a family of 7 or 8 people, I mean, you need just ungodly amount of money. Rod WMS, what are your thoughts on 2019 Mazda 6? It's a sedan just like everything else. I don't think it has anything special. I don't think it's unique. I don't think it's better than anything. It's just average. I think the styling is amazing. I like their Skyactiv technology. I think they're trying to do something different with their car, with their engines compared to anything else. But I don't think it's anything special. If they were getting 50 miles to a gallon on a V6, okay, you're talking then. If they're getting 80 miles to a gallon on the 4-cylinder with no hybrid system, okay, you got my attention. But they're not doing anything special. Ooh, they might have 3 miles, better fuel economy than somebody else. Yes, Zora, not a problem. Man, this is hella slow. What's going on? Is something going on in the world today? Where is everybody? Have I educated everybody that I finally become useless and I can go out and do other things? Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it. I'm not really much of a talker, to be honest with you, unless you guys have any questions. Dan, what do you think about Lambo SUV? It's a phenomenal, just a phenomenal business plan. Absolutely amazing. I mean, if you look at Lamborghini financials, I'll just call them Lamborghini financials, how much money they're making. Oh my god, they are making money hand over fist with Urus, is it called? Yeah, dude, they are making so much money. Dude, it's ridiculous. Dude, if I'm buying a Lambo, I'm buying either an Urus or a Huracan or the old Diablo or if you're buying a Lamborghini, it's either a V12 or a Urus. I don't even see a point of buying these, really tiny Lambos. What do you think about Chevy Silverado 1500 versus Ford F-150? I think they're in the same plane. To me, they're pretty much the same. I would take Ford over Chevy. Why? Because there's just more parts for them. If something breaks, I mean, there's just so many Ford 150s out there than Chevy 1500s. And personally, I like their EcoBoost engine. Although, some people do say that EcoBoost has some problems, but I like the concept that the Ford is actually trying to do something different. They're trying to innovate. And think about this, because of Ford's innovation, and I still hate Ford. I still hate them to the fucking bone. But because of their EcoBoost engines, other truck manufacturers are stepping up their game. I mean, look at this. We have trucks that are gaining 25 miles to a gallon. That's insane. I mean, 20 years ago, you were getting like 14, 15 miles to a gallon. Now you're getting 25. It's ridiculous. Jobber, can you tell us crazy story from your car dealership salesman days? Crazy. It kind of depends what you mean by what you mean crazy. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what not to do. Okay, I'll tell you a sad story, and then I'll tell you a different story where where there's gonna be a learning thing to it. Okay, first story. A bunch of people come to my store. There's like 4 or 5 of them, right? And they're there to buy a car for their family. Now they're a bunch of Mexicans, fresh immigrants, and they have no credit score. They don't have enough money to buy this. They want to buy what is it? A Honda, Toyota Highlander. That's what it was. It was a Toyota Highlander. They have no credit score. They don't have a lot of money to put down, and you need a lot of money. I mean, you need like 40 fucking percent to put down if you don't have credit score. And then they're trying to buy this Toyota Highlander, which is an absolute piece of fucking shit. I mean, I'm not the Toyota Highlander is bad, but that car, damn, it was beat up. I mean, holy shit, it was beat up. And you know, it has 7 seats, it has what they're looking for, but god damn, that thing was beat up. And I'm selling them that car. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, fuck, I know you guys don't have a lot of money. I've been in the same fucking boat. Don't buy this Toyota Highlander. Buy yourself a cheap car. Our first car when we came to America was a Ford Escort, 2-door with a hatchback thing. We got it for $300 fucking dollars. It was red. The paint was peeling. Jesus Christ. I mean, God has blessed that car himself because that motherfucker ran somehow. I don't know how, but it drove. We got it for $300 and it drove. I mean, we got so lucky with that car. Now, so they have no money. Their credit score sucks. They're trying to buy this car that they cannot afford. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, they're getting fucked. They're getting interest rate of like 17 fucking percent. This whole time, I'm thinking in my head, I can sell them this car. They are extremely inexperienced buyers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They have no idea. I can give them any paperwork. They will sign it without even fucking reading because they don't understand what the fuck it's in it. I mean, they just moved here from Mexico not too long ago. They don't understand what the fuck is in it. And the people that are with them, translators, I mean, they don't know nothing about car business. I can literally give them paperwork that says, I will, if you buy this car, every one of you has to donate a kidney. They would have signed it without even fucking knowing it. That's how inexperienced they were. And this whole time I'm thinking, should I sell them this fucking car and get them into the 17 or 20% APR? It was ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy if you do the math. And the car was over $10,000, like $15,000. It was quite a bit. So I'm constantly wrestling with myself. Should I sell them this car or should I not sell them this car? And I spent like 3 fucking hours trying to persuade them when my manager is not watching. Guys, do you really need this car? I mean, buy something else, buy something smaller. I know you have a family of fucking 7. Do all 7 of you need to go to the fucking store at the same time? I mean, you're going to a fucking store. You're not going to the parade. And they lived in a small farmer town too. So they traveled from somewhere. They drove like 2 or 3 hours from some kind of farm town where there's like literally nothing but a gas station. So I actually don't remember if I sold him the car or not because I vividly remember in my head just sitting at my cubicle with them and trying to figure out paperwork and shit. And I don't remember if it went through or not. Because they still wanted to buy the car, but the problem was, did the paperwork go through? that was another issue. So yeah. That's a pretty crazy story. And then Jose Aguilar, what really happens when the salesman values your trade and you disagree and say I'm going to talk to my manager? When the salesman values your trade, what? Oh, evaluates. That's what you're asking me. I think, Jose. I think that's what you're asking me. What happens when a salesman evaluates your trading, appraises your trading, and goes to talk to this manager? Nothing happens. They just jerk each other off. That's it. He just puts the salesman gives the numbers, the appraisal sheet to the manager. The manager puts that shit in the computer, gives you a price, and that's it. It's nothing really happens. I mean, there's not really a conspiracy thing or some kind of secret voodoo that happens. They know they're gonna lowball you on your trade-in. They know how much money they're gonna make. That's it. It's just simple math with them. What's the lowest that they can, buy this car from you? What's the highest that they can sell? What kind of condition is it in? Are they gonna try to sell it at the auction? You can make money at the auction. You can sell it to another dealer, or you can sell it to your customer if it's a good car. Allison Lovell, do salespeople have friends? Do salespeople have friends and family discounts for their relatives? It's there, but it's laughable. I mean, it's $500 off or something stupid. It's laughable. It's not existent. Cobra Commander, what's up, dude? Dan, which one of these SUVs should I get? Toyota Highlander 2016 or Lexus 350? Oh, Lexus 350. Absolutely, dude. RX 350 all the way. Jose Aguilar, for instance, my value was 14 to 16 and they offered me 12. Absolutely. What the fuck were you? Come on, dude. Come on, Jose. The fuck were you doing going to a car dealership to trade in a car in the first place? Dude, every single fucking video I tell you, don't do that. And you're doing it. Don't do that. Sell your car on fucking Craigslist. Sell your car on Craigslist. There's videos where I teach you guys how to sell a car on Craigslist. Take good pictures. Write a proper description. Get a Carfax. That shit is $5. Then you can do a pre-purchase inspection. Let's say you're selling a Dodge, right? You take your shit to Dodge dealership, have it inspected, pay them $120. You got yourself $120 pre-purchase inspection. Now, whenever the customer, right, is at your fucking front door, you got him a Carfax right here. Keep it. I got a bunch of these printed out. There's the pre-purchase inspection. There you go. I got 50 of these printed out. There you go. Here's my phone number on all of them. You want to take a car for a test drive? Let's go. You want to take a car for, to your inspection, to your mechanic? If you don't believe me, not a problem. Let's go. You gotta be professional. You have to respect your customer's time. I'm not like it's not like you're a business or something like that, but still you have to value other person's time. There has to be some kind of base level of respect. I understand that respect is earned, but there has to be like just human dignity, just base level. Car dealerships, they don't have that. They don't have it. They don't respect you at all. They don't even have the base level. They'll tell you to come in just so they can talk to you about the price. Do you know how many times just salesman is gonna tell me, come over, we'll talk about the price. Perfect. What are we gonna talk about the price? How is this conversation gonna go? There's silence on the other end. I'll tell him this. This is how my conversation is gonna go. I used to work at the biggest car dealership in the world, in the country. I'm not gonna say in the world. I used to work at the biggest car dealership in the country. I know exactly how you guys make money. This is my offer, and I think this is a fair offer. Well, what would you tell me? And then the salesman tell me, well, we can only go a couple of $100 off the price. Then why the fuck would I come into your car dealership if we're only gonna go a couple of $100 off a fucking price? Are you shitting me? Are you serious? That's a waste of my time. So never, ever, ever go to a car dealership just to talk about the price. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time. I'm looking for a Jeep Wrangler right now for a guy. Brand new fucking Jeep Wrangler. That shit is $40,500. 40 and a half grand. I'm trying to get that bitch for 34. I'm at 35 and a half right now. So I think I'm squeezing all the juice out of it. I think we're gonna be somewhere around 35. But hot damn, that's 5.5 grand. That's 5.5 fucking grand off a price. I think that's a pretty decent deal. So, and I did all that shit without going to a fucking dealership. I did all that shit off a phone and off email. Exactly what I teach in my course. Like, I don't do anything magical. Like, I don't think I do anything that I don't teach. I have 160 fucking videos. 160 videos on how to buy cars. And I have 8 videos in my course on how to buy cars, like all the little secrets and details. I gave you everything. All you guys gotta do is just learn, go out and apply it. Simple as that. What's up, Angel? Once your Lexus wheels fall off, what kind of car are you gonna get? Hyundai or Kia? I'm gonna get a Hyundai or Kia. What's going on, Prickly Pear? Nice to see you, dude. Yeah, to be honest with you, if I'm gonna get a, next car, whenever that happens, it's either gonna be, a daily driver, something really boring, which is gonna be like a Kia Telluride or Honda Palisade or something like that. It's just gonna be just a grocery fucking shopper. It's gonna be a boring car, or it's gonna be a muscle car. Some kind of fun car, you know what I mean? So it's either one of those. What other questions do you guys have? Why are vehicles so cheap in Florida? That's a good damn question, Jose. I actually don't know. I do have a theory, but it's just a theory, okay? I think the vehicles are cheaper in Florida than anywhere else is because there's a lot of old people here. And here's the thing. They can afford to lease a car, drop it 3-4 years later, and that's why the used cars are so much cheaper here, because there's just vicious circle of people with money consistently leasing cars. That means the used car market is consistently just getting flooded with used cars, The more cars there are, the cheaper there are. Well, it's not just more cars, but also like I honestly, that's my theory. I think it's just because people consistently, like the old people just consistently trade in their cars. I think that's why, but really I don't know. Dan, if I want to be a car salesman, what does it require for me to get hired? How much can I make my first year? So the first thing you are required to do when you become a car salesman, you have to lose respect and integrity for all mankind. That's it. That's what you're going to be told. You are going to be taught in your fucking courses, you're going to be sitting in the room, and there's going to be a guy in front of a projector or a whiteboard or a PowerPoint thing, and so he's going to be telling you need to bring the sales, the customer into the dealership. And I would ask, why? Can't we do everything on the internet? Yes, you can. But if you bring them into the dealership, you have control over them, and then we would be taught how to control the sales process. Control the sales process. To be honest with you, I would not go into car sales unless you're doing it just for fun. If you have a family to support, and if you're like, there's only one reason to go into car sales, just for fun, just to experience it. You'll learn a lot of shit. You'll pick up some good skills to have in your life. Like I did door-to-door sales. Those door-to-door sales that I worked for 6 months, I didn't make shit. I make barely any money. But the experience I got and the things I learned selling vacuums door-to-door, I use that shit to my day still. I mean, like, The experience that you get is invaluable. And how much money can you make your first year, bro? If you make $36,000 your first year, that's a good fucking year. That's an amazing fucking year. I'll tell you what. Janice Bird, Janice. I test drove Hyundai today, and they won't negotiate too bad because I love the car. Janice or Janice, don't fall in love with the car. There is not a single car in the world that I love anymore. Not one. I can give up any car. I don't care about them anymore. I'm so fucking heartless about all the cars. I don't care about them. You gotta be the same thing. You can't be like, oh, I love this car. Can't be doing that shit. No feelings. All right. Next, if you like this car, not a problem. You didn't drive a Batmobile, right? There's hundreds of thousands of these cars out there. Hundreds of thousands. There are more car dealerships than there are McDonald's. Think about that one. Think about that one. If you think there's a lot of McDonald's, there's more car dealerships. So if ever a car dealership is telling you or me, we're not gonna negotiate, I tell them, not a problem. Why should I buy a car from you instead of somebody else if you're not gonna negotiate? Why should I do that? It's a simple question. Watch them melt in their shoes. Hey Betty, how's it going? Cunning Oak, where can I get a cheap motorcycle? What is the best place? Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. I would say those two places. Dan Scotty says front wheel drive SUVs cheaper to do repairs than all-wheel drive. Yes, that is true, but if you need an all-wheel drive, you need an all-wheel drive. I mean, there's no going around it. And second thing, if you buy a good quality SUV, you won't need to worry about expensive repairs. Get that Ford Focus? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. When a dealership tells me out the door price, where do I go from here? Do you like the price? Is there, how much let's say the car was $20,000, right? I would start with 20% off, 25% off, whatever you feel you can get on this car. And see, you gotta shop around. You're always aiming for the best possible price. So first, whenever you have out the door price, number one, completely ignore the dealership fees. Let's say the $20,000 car, right? You negotiated, let's say you got $1,000 off or $2,000 off. Let's say it's 18 now, and there's some dealership fees, right? So what you do now is you calculate $18,000 plus whatever the government taxes are going to be. You can do that, and that's your new out the door price, and that's, you can use this with other dealerships. Or you can tell this dealership, hey, we're at $18,000. I'm not paying these dealership fees, and you just not pay the dealership fees, and you can work with that. So what I would recommend, whenever you have an out the door price, start cross shopping one dealership to another. See who gives you the best price. Dan, will you go into some detail about why you need solicit 50 dealerships to purchase a vehicle? Absolutely, King. No, that's a good question. The reason I contact over 100 dealerships to find the best price is because that's the number that I feel that I need to get the best price. It's simple as that. If you contact 5-10 dealerships, how do you know that you're getting the best price? When I tell a customer I'm gonna get you the best possible price, like I have to do it. I'm not doing it for me. I have to do it. I said I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. That means I'm contacting. That means I'm searching nationwide. It kind of ends up being 100, 120, 150 dealerships. If you don't shop a lot, how do you know you're getting the best price? I'm all about getting the best price on anything. If I'm gonna buy a house, I want the best price. I'm gonna buy shoes, I want the best price. I'm gonna be buying the phone, I want the best price. I'm gonna be, getting into relationship, I want the best person. I want my shit in life to be the best. I'm not gonna settle for shit. I'm not gonna be going for average. So 50 dealers is bare minimum. It's a minimum. It's not maximum. It's bare minimum what you need to contact to get the best possible price. Too fast. What's up, dude? Wanted to inform the gang that Nissan in Tustin, Orange County is giving 15% off new 15% off MSRP on new 370Z. I probably could get more. Yes, you absolutely can. I left a review on the Google Maps. Yeah, dude. Let me do some for you. I'll tell you if there's anything better that we can do here. My computer internet is being hella slow, but that's okay. We'll figure this out. Let's go condition new. Let's do a little peek on the internet and see what Mr. Internet has to say. Nissan, but 15% off MSRP. Okay. Nissan. 370Z. So let me see. Let me do the math. 24. I'm just on the internet seeing if 15% is anything special, or is it what everybody else is doing? That's 12% of 15. Yeah. So what I would do, I would aim for 20. To be honest with you, 15% is pretty decent. I would try for 20. But dude, too fast. You can actually post that in our group if you want, in our Facebook group, because there's actually people there who are ready to buy a car. Guys, if you're ready to buy a car, if you're seriously considering buying a car like within a month or so, join our Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, type in 60-minute car and join our group. That's where all the juicy stuff like this with Nissan 15% off, that's where it's at. Okay, Earthcry, what's going on? Tesla storefronts are popping up more and more places, bypassing dealers. Your thoughts on the future of car ownership process? If I have a feeling, not to be self-centered or anything like that, but I think if I don't do anything, if I don't change it, nobody else will. With Tesla, you're still buying it from a Tesla dealership. It's still a Tesla dealership. You're not buying it from Tesla directly. It's a Tesla dealership. It's exactly the same. It's just Tesla dealership instead of, Joe Blow dealership, And that's my problem. I don't think, I don't think we need to have car dealerships at all. I think we should be able to buy cars directly from manufacturer. My humble, unbiased opinion. BT, is hybrid worth it if you drive 60 miles a day, all freeway driving? Yes, it is, BT. Okay, if you're driving that much, yes, but you have to keep the car for 300,000 miles. BT, if you buy this car, you cannot get rid of it until it hits 300,000 miles. You better be ready for it. And then also do the math. Do the math. It's you know it better what your situation is. Flyby. Yeah, guys, for those of you that are joining Facebook group right now, I can't accept the invites while we're streaming because I'm streaming off my phone. But as soon as the stream is done, I'll accept everybody. We have a Tesla in Virginia, and they are all dealerships, Tesla dealerships. They don't sell at other dealerships. Yes, my problem, I like what Tesla, what Elon is doing. I think that's interesting. But my problem is it's still a dealership. Still he still had to get a dealer's license. And that's a problem to me. And it's not even, I'm not blaming Tesla or anything like that. It's just the government is corrupt, and if he doesn't get a dealer's license, he's gonna get sued and go to jail. What's the most dealerships you ever contacted to get someone a car? I think like 300 or something. It was ridiculous, dude. It was dude. It was crazy. Maybe two. Okay, I might be exaggerating. It was like 270. Let's go with 270. Is there such a thing as aftermarket Apple CarPlay? Google it. I bet there. Like I'm 100% sure that there is. I don't see why there wouldn't be. Google that shit, dude. Of course, of course, of course. Like many people are telling me, oh, I want to buy a new car because it has Apple CarPlay. Okay, so you're gonna spend $15,000 on a new car instead of spending $300 on a fucking deck? Are you serious? And another question: why the hell do you even need a CarPlay? Like, what does CarPlay do that is $15,000 worth of? You know? Yeah, flyby. Yeah, you can get aftermarket radios with Apple CarPlay. Um, too fast, too fast. Um, 2018 Honda Accord Sport out of the door, price 21,700, and the original price is 23,800 with 12,000 miles. I don't think it's a very good deal, dude. But then again, it's 12,000 miles. And again, I see you're telling me out the door price. I don't know what. Okay, you listen. Mr. Neil 32. What's the actual price of the car? Because I don't know what your taxes are. If you're, 3% taxes, or is it 10% taxes? I don't know what your taxes are. So just tell me what it was and what you negotiated to, and I'll tell you. Are Infiniti sedans reliable? I would have to say they're pretty decent. Yeah. I was just to test drive a car next day. I bought a 2018 370Z with 9,000 miles for 15,700 after license and fees, salvage title. Dude, absolutely too fast. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you bought a car that's pretty much brand new. I mean, these cars are being sold right now for shit, 23, 28, $29,000, and you bought it for 16 with 9,000 miles. I mean, for pretty much like 40% off or something. Hell yeah, that's a good deal. Yes, I have a Kenwood with the CarPlay. Okay. Thoughts on RAV4 2019? Well, it's not as ugly as 2018. Still as reliable. Still a Toyota. Nothing exciting. Boring old, family hauler. Um, 300K, I think, rate of return, ROR, if that's what it means, right? Closer to 100 compare EG Prius to Corolla. Um, you have to do the math. I actually have a video, Are Hybrids Worth It, where I do the math on brand new cars. But I don't know what kind of car you're trying to get. There's like 4 cars that I do math on. Check out that video because your car is probably one of those cars. What kind of head unit can you have on your Lexus ES? Whatever you can afford, dude. Just whatever you want. Uh, it's kind of up to you. You can buy some real cheap off Craigslist for $200, or you can put yourself a nice fucking deck with navigation, with all sorts of things for $500, $600. Local dealership has 2017 Cruise turbo manual, 22,000 miles, rebuilt title, $8,500. Haven't heard Good things about the cruise from Scotty. Yeah, me too. He doesn't really like Scotty, but I mean, he does. Scotty doesn't really like Chevy Cruises. But here's the thing: it's 22,000 miles. It's $8,500, and it's manual. There's three reasons that I think it's a pretty good deal. I would buy it, to be honest with you. I Yeah, I would buy it. Here's the thing. Hold on a second, Mr. Scott. Rebuild title and salvage title are a little bit different. There's only one difference, but it's a very, 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 very significant difference. Salvage title has not gone through state inspection, through state patrol inspection. Typically, it's state patrol that does it. Rebuild title car has gone through state inspection. You do not want to buy a car with rebuild title. You want to make sure, with salvage title, my bad. You want to buy a car with rebuild title, a car that has gone through state inspection and everything's been okay. You don't want to be responsible for doing that. The guy that bought it, the guy that repaired it, the guy that's going to be making on it should be the guy that's taking care of that problem. It shouldn't be you going through state inspection. If he hasn't gone through state inspection, there's a reason for it. Is that because he can't get it inspected for some reason? Could that be the reason? So, don't buy a car with salvage title. Make sure it has a rebuild title and the car has gone through state inspection. Typically, if it's a professional dealership, you don't have to worry about it. It's just if you're buying it of some weird person, somebody who's flipping cars, they might do something like that to you. Daxi Lee, what's up, dude? 99% aftermarket head units can't fit into my Lexus ES. What did you get? I actually have a stock head unit. I just need Bluetooth, and my Lexus has Bluetooth. Why would I change my head unit? It has Bluetooth. It has everything I need. Just you know what? Just Google 2010 Lexus ES350 head units or radios or decks or whatever. You'll get some answers. Dan, what you think about Scotty Kilmer's old Toyota Celica lasts so long? The reason it lasts so long is he barely drives it. Like I'm not knocking Toyota or nothing like that, but it's a very simple technological car. He barely drives it, and it's in Texas. You take that Toyota Celica to Montana, to Washington, to New York, where potholes are China fucking deep. If you fall into one of these potholes, you might as well be taking out a fucking Chinese dictionary and start learning fucking Chinese, because you're going straight to the fucking China. Have you seen the potholes in areas where it gets cold? Them potholes are real bad because the ground expands and contracts consistently, so twice a day, morning time and at night, right? So at daytime it expands from the heat. Morning time it contracts. What happens to the moisture that gets in there? Ice, moisture gets in there. Very teeny tiny crack. A hair crack. Water gets in at nighttime, expands. That's two hairs. At daytime, more water gets in, expands. That's four hair, right? So it's good. His car is gonna last him a very long time because it's a Toyota, very simple technology, and he lives in a very car-friendly area of the world. His car would not last as long. Well, just cars don't last as long, in places like fucking Idaho, Montana, Dakotas, where the snow is real bad, where the roads are real bad. Oh yeah, flyby, absolutely. Plus, he's a fucking mechanic. He babies that thing. How many of us are gonna baby that thing? How many of us are gonna get in a car and while you're driving, you're gonna hear something weird, come home and repair it like that, right? Most of us are gonna ignore that shit for a fucking year until something breaks. Have you ever seen the reality show Car Lot Rescue? It's on Amazon Prime. Some guy who rescues failing car dealerships. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not rooting for that guy. I hate car dealerships. I'm sorry, dude. Like how retarded do you have to have a car dealership failing? I mean, you have to be the scumbag of fucking scumbags. Do you know about Suzuki Jimmy? Yes, I know that car. I know that car. Think they'll ever re-enter U.S. market? No, 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 no. They were not allowed. They would not allowed to be. Uh, Here's the thing with Suzuki Jimmy. Even though I fucking love the new ones, oh my god, they're so awesome. I mean, if I lived in an area where 4x4 was a car that you really needed, I would buy a Suzuki Jimmy in a fucking heartbeat. I love those things. Uh, they're not very powerful. They're not very big, but goddamn, they look so good. I don't think it's gonna enter because Suzuki doesn't have a brand here. It has a strong brand in Australia. It has a strong brand in Europe. Just everywhere, not America. In America, we like to buy expensive cars. Why do more people buy Jeep Wranglers instead of Toyota Land Cruiser when a Toyota Land Cruiser is a superior car? Maybe it's the price. Maybe it's the $25,000 difference. Or why do more people buy Jeep Wranglers instead of a Toyota, not the Forerunner, yes, instead of Forerunners. I think Forerunner is a superior car to a Jeep Wrangler, but I don't think Jimmy would sell here in America, to be honest with you. Irvin Chan. Hi Dan, I love your videos. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. By the way, why do you think that the car sales have dropped this year? Look at the stats. They didn't just drop this year. They dropped a lot. They dropped enough for that shit to be in fucking newspaper. I mean, when has ever like CNBC, fucking just all the news outlets been talking about car sales and how many cars that there have been sold? Like never. People talk about fucking Trump and bullshit instead of car sales. If they switched from talking about Trump to car sales, that shit is serious. It's real. It's happening. That's why I tell people, if you're thinking about buying a new car, don't. The best thing you can do is not buy a new car. Buy a used car and keep that motherfucker running for as long as you can. The car sales right now, for the first quarter of 2019, are down a lot. They probably picked up a little bit over summer because it's the car buying season. But guess what? I hope they're gonna go down again because the worse they are doing, the better we are. The more pressure we put on them as customers, the better they're gonna act. It's simple as that. Duke Silver, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Sleeve, what's going on? Or Sville, Infinity transmissions different than Nissan's. Some of them, yes, but it's not just Infinity transmission. It also depends on the engine and how those transmissions are geared. You know what I mean? Like the timing. To be honest with you, I would rather buy a Genesis or a Lexus over Infinity, even though I drove an Infinity. I would buy a Genesis or a Lexus, to be honest with you. Yeah, Duke. I mean, I really wish we had some of the, cool, interesting, not just cool, but actually really good cars like Suzuki Jimmy. I wish that car existed here still. I think it's a great car. I wish we had K cars. If for those of you that don't know what a K car is, it's called the K. It's a Korean car. K car is a very small car. It's like, think about old Mini Cooper, right? Before Mini Coopers became ginormous, right? Think about, like 2000s Mini Coopers, right? Or the old Mini Coopers. or the Smarts, or Fiat 500, the old, the old 500. It's K cars are really tiny, really plasticky. But the cool thing is, you're getting 80 miles to a fucking gallon, and it's not a motorcycle; it's an actual car. So you sit like you sit in a car. It's really tiny. It's super easy to park. It's great on fuel. Like, not all of us need a giant car. I think if we had K cars here, I think it would be great. They're pretty much disposable cars. You buy it for like, $10,000, 12,000. Drive that motherfucker for 4, 5, 6 years, 10 years. Get a different one. That's it. It's like I think they're great. Hello, almost missed you. How's it going? Second Life. What's going on, dude? Angel. Dan, is a car more reliable if it's made in Japan versus Canada, like Lexus or Toyota? Yes, yes, yes. But to find a car that was made in Japan versus Canada, that's hard, dude. That is hard. But I would say it's more reliable by, like, 15%. Toyota is making such good cars in Canada and America that the difference is not very big. It's not very big, to be honest with you. Um, I love to buy a Sherpa. The Russians build that thing, right? Sherpa. Sherpa. The only I don't know what a Sherpa is, dude. I know what Sherpa. I'm gonna. Let me. It's a person that assists you on a mountain climb. Oh, the car. I just found it. Yes, you can actually build. Dude, if you want to buy one, I'll hook you up. I got Connect. If you really want to buy one, I'll do something for you, dude. They're fucking expensive, but they're fun as hell, dude. Yes, and $65,000, 65 grand, $65,000. You can take this thing to fucking North fucking Pole. Seriously, it's pretty dope. You are right about that. But here's the thing. I would not say it's very reliable, dude. It's built by Russians. Come on. If you want to buy something reliable from Russia, it has to be arms, tanks, fucking submarines, AK, maybe a jet. That shit is gonna last you. A car, I don't know. Do you think Genesis will make an SUV? Fuck, I hope so. If they're not stupid. I mean, they're right now. Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis, they're being real dumb. I mean, they can overtake the market like that. They're the hottest on the market. They're being stupid. Their CEO, oh god, the amount of hate I hate for people that are actually running that company is, whoo, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. I mean, they can do such a better job, and they are just lowballing. I mean, they're not playing the game to its full potential. Earthcry, which recent reports of sacking Gosn and just bad Renault sales? Do you think Nissan will separate itself from Renault, or do you Renault in order to bring Nissan back to its glory days? No, Nissan is not coming back to its glory days. Once you go frog, you never go back. It doesn't rhyme, but it's true. Once you start fucking with the French, you're not going back. I mean, have you ever seen anybody say no to a croissant? That's the truth, man. uh, yeah, dude. Uh, Earthcry, good question. Have the same thoughts as well. Yeah, I would not count on Nissan coming to its former glory days. Absolutely not. No, Russian weapon reliable. Arms come on. Not anymore. Maybe hammer or a saw. I don't know, Duke. I think their tanks are extremely reliable. I mean, I would say very, very extremely. I mean, They sell their shit to people that only seen tanks in the movies. People that have zero fucking experience with fucking tanks and S-400 are running that shit successfully. These motherfuckers in deserts and fucking jungles buy that shit from Russian, and it works. If non-professionals are making it work, I would say it's pretty reliable. I mean, how much training do you think them fucking Afghanis, Iraqis, Iranians, Koreans, Syrians, North Africans are getting on fucking, let's say tanks, the T series, the T90, T80s, and the fact that shit is still, the fact that they're still using it in 2019 when that shit is got 30 years old. There was an explosion at Russia last week in an arms factory. Have you watched Chernobyl TV show, by the way? No, I haven't. I don't watch TV. I don't follow news. Literally, there could be an alien invasion 3 blocks from here. I wouldn't know what the fuck is going on. I'm in the computer, on the phone with dealerships, making videos. Like, I'm in this shit. That's it. There could be an alien invasion 3 blocks from here. I wouldn't know. And no, I haven't, like, I don't watch TV. I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch none of that stuff. Dan, I wonder if Asian car manufacturer will make American car manufacturers go out of business. They would hold up. Oh, you said Asians, so you're talking about like the good Asians, not the Chinese. Okay. Yes, if Honda, if they step up their game, I think there is a non-verbal agreement, that that Japanese car manufacturers or Korean car manufacturers are not allowed in some shape or form to put a lot of pressure on Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Chrysler. I think they're not putting enough pressure. If I was in top echelon management on the Hyundai group, I mean, I would be absolutely destroying SUV market, absolutely destroying it. I mean, I would put so much pressure on Ford, it's ridiculous. So I would put a lot of pressure on Ford, on Chevy, on Dodge. I would make them, either you die and you get bought out because we're gonna buy you out, or you start competing with us and truly make something amazing. I think there's a kind of unspoken rule where Japanese car manufacturers are not allowed to compete in certain segments with American car manufacturers. I have a Mosin gun, dude. That's a good gun. It's reliable. It kicks like a fucking mule, and it's reliable and it's fucking cheap. I mean, you can get one for 120 fucking bucks. Yeah, those you said were tanks, not AKs, made back in the days, not now. I don't know, dude. Duke, to be honest with you, I think the AK 100 series that they have right now, I think it's a very, very formidable weapon. It doesn't have wood like it did back in the day. It has nice polymers. It has rails. I think it's a good gun. The nice thing about AK, it's stupid reliable. And if you actually, some people say, well, AK is not, accurate. AK is not supposed to be accurate. It's not a fucking marksman rifle. Like how often, what real life situation, even at fucking wartime, right? Even in military conflict, AK is used within like 100 yards at the most. Shoot the guy around the fucking corner, or across the street, or across the fucking some kind of building or something, right? This is not World War One where motherfuckers are just there's dead no man zones for miles between each other. We don't it's not a Assault rifles, 5.56 and 7.62, they're realistically they're made for less than 100 meters. That's kind of what they're for. I wouldn't say they're a DMR or anything like that. Prickly Pear, you always suggest to search nationwide. Yes, I do, sir. Yes, I do. How does negotiation affect out the door price for new and used? It doesn't. It's exactly the same way. I tell them straight up, hey, my name is Dan. We're searching for this car nationwide. See who gives us the best possible price. This is the price that I'm willing to pay. We're looking to buy one today or tomorrow. We have money ready, cash or financing. That's it. What do you think about BMW 750i? I like the early ones, the 2001. I like the body of it, the style, but reliability is a no-go. Hey, I wonder if you could help buy something in Canada. Maybe just want to know, can I pass info? Someone I know? Duke, is that to me? Or who's that? You want to buy something in, if you need help buying stuff in Canada, just my number. It's right below. My phone number is below. If you want to text me. I'll try to find you whatever car you need. Love your video showing the flawed design of the Subaru Boxer. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. See, it's not flawed. It's planned obsolescence. It's flawed if it's accidental. All right. If you yeah, it's I'm not gonna go there, but it's not flawed. That engine is made that way purposefully, because every single fucking timing belt replacement and a head gasket replacement is $3,000. How many 2000? How about 2012 Chevy LTZ? It's a great car if it's cheap. That's what I'll tell you. Make a video about planned obsolescence of European cars. I actually already have one. It's about BMW. Check it out. There's a guy that made it, and I kind of did a commentary on it, so it's kind of my take on his video. But I have one. It's about BMW. Second Life. I have a 2012 Nissan Altima SL trim. Okay, with 138,000 miles. Dude, good job. I don't know how the fuck that thing is still running. Did you replace transmissions? Do you recommend I keep the until the wheels fall off? Should I start looking for a replacement? Well, here's the thing. If you sell this car, you're gonna sell it for $3,000. What the fuck are you gonna buy for $3,000? Nothing. So baby this car and listen. Listen. You got Second Life. You gotta listen to me real carefully here. Be very fucking easy on the transmission. No racing. No fucking RPM. Don't fuck with the RPMs. Be very light on the transmission. Don't fuck with it. Okay? This thing has 138,000 miles. If it blows up, that's it. You're done. You're out of a car. Because to replace the transmission on that car, it's not even worth it with that many miles. So don't fuck with it. Drive it slow. Drive it nice. Drive it smooth. Make sure there's no jerking around with RPMs and gears. And I think this car, if the transmission does not blow the fuck up, I think this car has another 30,000 miles in it. Elvin Chan, I have a joke for you. Supra XD. There's a recent video by Autoline that says the Supra sales are not good in China. Yeah, they're not gonna be. They're not. China is divided in two classes: very rich people and everybody else. Very rich people and people that are extremely poor. That's it. Middle class in China is less existent than it is in America. That's it. If you in China, Supra is not like $60,000 here. I think it's doubled. It's fucking double. All cars over there are double the price. Okay, because Chinese government puts a huge what is it called? That's whatever. It's just double the price. Okay. So, if somebody's going to be buying a car over there for $120,000, they're not going to buy a fucking Toyota, right? They're going to buy something fancy. If somebody has money to buy a $120,000 car in China, in fucking China, They are so rich. They're buying a Ferrari. They're buying a Lambo. They're buying some nice. They're not buying a stupid ass fucking Supra. So China is not a market for Supra. Absolutely not. Uh, so yeah. Yeah, Mr. Scott, you gotta drive like a granny on that car. Second life. So I should start looking, but I put about 15, 20,000 miles on. Yeah, dude. Again, keep that car. I think it's a good car. If the transmission doesn't blow up, I think you have a solid car. But if you want to start looking for a car, sure, start looking for a car. I mean, how long does looking for a car take? A week? Maybe a bit more. What kind of questions do you guys have? Anything you want to say? I still have Sherpa over here open on my computer. This shit is pretty ridiculous. I actually wonder how are the sales of Sherpa overall. Has anybody actually bought it besides in Russia? And if they have, how's the quality over there? About 2015 Honda CR-V. Let me do some here. Versus Toyota RAV4 versus Acura RDX versus Lexus RX 350. Dude, RX 350 all the way. RX 350 all the way. 6 weeks. Well, okay, yes. I said okay. I guess you might want to start looking. I guess me looking is different than most people's definitions of looking. Yeah, you can start looking Second Life. Yeah, it's just when I look, I'm actually already making calls and hitting the email and trying to buy that shit. But I guess when you say looking, yeah, definitely start doing research. Start looking. You want to have your credit. You want to have your money 3 weeks before you're going to be buying a car. That way, you're not pressured into anything. Have you invested in gold, stocks, or mutual funds? Absolutely not. Hell no, Mr. Scott, dude. No, that's a very bad idea. Mutual funds, stock market, dude. That's like, I don't know how the fuck stock market is legal. Think about this shit. There's a guy that says, "Give me money. If I make money, I'll pay you some. If I lose money, well, fuck you." How is this legal? How the fuck is this? How are people going for this shit? There's an experiment. Literally, there was a fucking experiment. This is not a joke. Google this shit. They made a fucking monkey, pick stocks. And on the other end, they made a professional fucking stock analytics and brokers, people that do this shit for real, pick stocks. Do you know who won? They were equal. I'm not gonna put my money on a fucking chance. Listen, I'll just put it like this. I'm not gonna put my money where monkey has the same chance of increasing my money as a guy that's getting paid $3 million a year to manage my money. Not gonna be putting my money in there. And as far as gold, gold prices are actually controlled by they're actually being controlled from outside. Gold prices are not controlled by demand. They are controlled by stock market. Gold is on stock market. So I'm not gonna buy gold. And people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy gold in the case if there's World War III." Okay, let's go with this scenario. You have just a living room full of fucking gold, right? And there's like World War III or whatever, right? Or something happened, right? The fuck you gonna do with gold? Can you eat it? No. Can you use it for medical purposes? You got bitten by a fucking rat. What is gold gonna do to you? Nothing. Can you wear gold? Can Can you burn it? What the fuck are you gonna do with gold? You know, gold is only good when people value it, right? Like right now. What are you gonna do with all that gold when food, ammo, and clothing and medical supplies are gonna be what people trade with? Not fucking nobody's gonna be like, well, yeah, let me trade my food for gold. Yeah, let me do that. And here's something else. What's gonna there? Imagine this. This again. This is all hypothetical. I like. It's not gonna happen, right? Imagine the World War III, right? And it's same thing like what happened with Europe. Half the fucking population is wiped out. The population is wiped out. The gold did not die. So there's actually more gold per person whenever people are killed off. You go into any house that got bombed, there's fucking jewelry laying all around. What are you gonna do with that shit? Wear it? Yeah. Mark, Mr. McHawk. Yeah. If I'll do anything with my money, it's gonna be a business or real estate. There's only two things: business that you control, or real estate. That's it. And I know there's going to be one person in this video, but what about Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett doesn't invest in shit. Warren Buffett is not an investor. He isn't. He's a buyer. He owns everything he invested in. Warren Buffett's definitions of investing is like, oh, I'm just going to buy 70% of a fucking company. Yeah, I invested in it. I tell everybody what the fuck to do. I run this shit. I invested in it. If you're going to be investing and you're going to be investing 70% of a company, that's your investment. Okay, cool. Invest like that. But I don't think we have billions of dollars to just, oh, I'm just going to, invest into Microsoft real quick. Just buy out 70% of fucking stocks. Hire the monkey, dude. I'm telling you, hire the fucking monkey. Like, if a monkey can manage money just as well as fucking professionals on Wall Street, something's wrong here. 60-minute car. You gave me an answer for the wrong word. You suggest to search nationwide. How does regions, not negotiations? Okay, regions. I don't do regions. I don't even know what the fuck they are. Nationwide. You search within 500 miles of a zip code if you want to stay local, and 500 miles is local. You drive out one day in the rental car, you sleep in the hotel, pick up your shit, and drive the next day home on a new car, right? That's regional, within 500 miles of a zip code. But if you want to shop nationwide, I would recommend shopping nationwide. Too Fast 23. What happened to the hats? I got a living room that looks like a fucking factory floor. I got so much shit in my living room, it's ridiculous. I don't have a single fucking couch, no TV. I have empty living room. There's nothing in it. Besides boxes. There's just boxes fucking everywhere. I mean, think about this. Like, 50% of living room is just fucking boxes 6 feet tall. So I'm making a website then. So there's going to be a photo shoot. This... Too Fast. If you want, I'll send you one so you don't have to wait because I don't know. Just text me. Just fucking text me. Too Fast. I'll send you one out. What do you think about 750 Li? Listen, David Vargas. I don't think 750 Li. Okay. I don't think it's a reliable car. If I have a Lexus here at $50,000 and I have a Li. BMW 750 Li at $80,000. Which car should last longer? I just broke a fucking sweat right now. I just got fucking goosebumps. The amount of hate I have for European cars is just unmanageable. Why does $20,000 shit box Toyota Corolla outlast 100,000? 750 Li was originally $100,000. Why does $20,000 car outlast $100,000 car? Why? How the fuck does that even happen? Like, what the actual fuck? Like, how? It shouldn't be a thing. European car manufacturers, I mean, they have no, I mean, their quality is absolute garbage. The only reason that they sell here in America is because of, shit, what is it? What was the right word? In the 80s, uh, there was a word for rich people. It started with shit or sh or something like that. It's because we have a lot of rich people in America. America is the wealthiest country in the fucking world. And we can afford to waste money on 60, 70, $80,000 cars. We can afford to do that. Because we can get a loan, we can buy the $60,000 car, we can lease it, then we can trade it in for another one. You know, we can do that. America has fuck you money. We are like, the country is so fucking rich, it's ridiculous. Yes, there's a lot of poor people here, and there's more poor people than there's rich people. That's true, but we're still the fucking richest. I mean, that's why European cars are such just absolute shit, because they can be. Nobody's holding them accountable. Do you want to buy Telluride in the future? Oh, absolutely, absolutely, dude. Hell yeah. Yuppie. Mike, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, I love when people like somehow figure out what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, most people think I'm crazy, but then there's gonna be one person who's like, I know what you're talking about. Yuppies. Because of yuppies, okay? Because of rich folks from 80s. In 80s, Mercedes, BMW, Jaguar, Volvo, absolutely just exploded. In 80s, American economy was just off the fucking charts. I mean, cocaine was price of fucking sugar. There's so much money. People were buying luxury cars like it was no one's business. So, you know, they started to emphasize, you know, it's a European car and they were big in Europe. But in the 80s, once they saw how much money people were spending here in America, they're like, holy fuck, holy shit, we can actually make a lot of money here. And they very heavily invested into making cars just for Americans. Thank you, Dan. Not a problem, David. Hi, where in the world, what, dude, if you need sugar-free ketchup, you need to sit back and you need to rethink your life. You don't need sugar-free ketchup. You need therapy. You know what? Listen, David, Frank, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna make a suggestion. I think you should schedule a therapy session for 2 hours with Red Foreman. Google who Red Foreman is and try to connect with them. See if you can get a little sum. Maybe even I could say Duke Silver, but I think he's too nice for you. Ron Swanson would be the guy that I would recommend. David Vargas, talk to Ron Swanson, see if he can help you. Not David Vargas, Frank Wander, talk to Ron Swanson, see if he can help you find sugar-free ketchup. Dan, will you say hello to my daughter? Hello, Chelsea. Listen, King Null, your kids should not be watching this. Yeah, your kids should not be watching this. Just graduate your own just granulate your own tomatoes. Yeah. All right, guys. Do you have any more questions, or we're gonna go off to bed? Viewer discretion is advised. DC. Oh boy, DC Johnson, you are right about that. Love your channel. Give us 4 or 5 of your favorite car search websites. I don't have a favorite. I hate them all equally. Facebook, Craigslist, Car Gurus, Auto Trader. Like, I don't use anything that you guys don't know about. You know, I use all the same shit. Really, it's nothing special. It's just the amount of work that you put in. Uh, that's it. All right, Flyby, thanks for tuning in. Everybody say thank you to Flyby. He's moderating this shit, making sure it's all nice and smooth. There's not too many crazy people. I'm not saying there isn't any. I'm just saying there's not too many. Thanks for tuning in, guys. My name is Dan, motherfucking strong, and I'll see you in the next video.